Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters. Going to be another awesome game. Somehow we've managed to find another PvP. We've been finding a few of those recently. I think playing through all the GSL bracket games, there must be crap loads of Protoss players because, yeah, there's a ton of games with Protoss players and a ton of PvP. So, anyway, let's start checking out this game. So, my mouse is doing funny things. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. The clicking sometimes doesn't work. My left mouse button somehow fails sometimes, but it's a really good mouse, so I don't want to get rid of it just yet. So we'll see how long we can keep it going for. Anyway, up the top right side of the map is Mr. YongHwa. He is 22 years of age, from South Korea, plays for the team MVP. I assume, I think there was a couple of the other guy, I think. There were at least two supers, I think. But I think I've got the right super, although I don't know because he hasn't got a team icon anyway. So regardless, I do believe this is the right one. His name is Mr. Super, and he is 20 years of age, from South Korea, and is currently teamless. Apparently, he was with MVP up until the end of July this year, and then something happened. So yes, look at this zealot, man. Whenever I hear a zealot early on, I start thinking, oh, somehow he's got like a fast DT or a fast zealot rush. He's actually attacking something, but no, it's usually just the zealot having a go at those rocks. Mr. YongHwa not taking care of them. I remembered at some point why they destroyed the rocks. There was some good reason to do with cannon rushes, but I always forget. It's just one of those things that just slips out of my head. So anyway, looks like Mr. Super getting some early stuff coming out, and the Stalker, I think it's a little bit faster than the probe. So the probe is going to be juking around trying to survive. Oh, gets a little bit of the high ground advantage, but does get shot. I think it was just before its shields were going to start regenerating, which is unfortunate because that would have bought it another hit. But regardless, probe did go down to the Stalker, and yeah, Mr. YongHwa should be able to deal with it though. He's got a sentry, he's got nothing else, that's it. He's just got a sentry and a mothership core. That should be enough. Although one Stalker coming out wouldn't be a bad idea. So yeah, let's see what he does. He did get the Twilight Council out pretty fast, and he does have Blink coming out as well. Mr. Super, I think he went for an early expansion rather than going for the early tech. So he's doing alright. He's got a little bit of a worker lead, which is pretty nice stuff. And yes, we will see how this works out for both players. So Super going for the Immortals. I think he may have Immortals out earlier than Mr. YongHwa, but YongHwa is building Observers, so he's not too far behind. Getting a second Observer as well, just for the hell of it. Yeah. So, pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Hallucinated Phoenix just flying around to have a look over there. Oh, somebody's lagging out. Come on. Stop lagging out, stupid computer. Yes, there we go. This is only my second game today. I need to do a third one, so I definitely need to have a drink or something because, yeah, throat's feeling quite a bit funny at the moment, which is just not good. So, looking pretty good so far. The Twilight Council is getting up for Super as well, but of course he's going to be ages behind on the Stalkers. And he's a little bit in front on the weapons though, which is nice, but you could expect YongHwa to be getting an absolute ton of Stalkers in this game and just to be throwing them across the map. I mean, he's already got Blink, so Stalkers are his best weapon at the moment. But I don't know what he was dealing with. Hallucinated something there, I think he was dealing with, so yeah. But we're going to see if he starts to push out nice and early with the Stalker. He will, of course, run into some difficulties. There's one Immortal already out on the map and another one on the way, and that Immortal should be enough to be able to push his Stalker force away. Getting a piling up though, and if he starts to get a lot of Stalkers, talking 9 or 12 or something like that, he can snipe the Immortal fairly easily. And then Super is going to be in some trouble because this Immortal is really holding this defensive force together. Oh, actually spots the Observer. Very, very nice. Oh, the Stalkers blink in though. Very, very nice. Just completely destroy that Immortal. So Super out of position, chasing an Observer. And yes, things go very, very bad for him. But All of Super's forces pretty much lost. YongHwa not really losing anything in that engagement, forcing the cancel on the third base, and now he's going to be moving straight back on in. All he's got to wait for is this thing to stop being overcharged, and he's going to be in a beautiful position. However, Mr. Super is chrono boosting out Immortals. He's actually going in while it's shooting, blinks up there, shoots some Immortals, takes one down, takes the other one down just as fast. Starting to lose some Stalkers here, but the damage he's pushing out is just so hard. Manages to jump back. He did lose about 3 or 4 Stalkers there, but he's still got a crap ton of them, and he did destroy 2 Immortals, so I think right now he's in a great position. The Nexus has stopped being overcharged, so he can blink in, he can kill as many workers as he likes, maybe even take out the Nexus, see how it goes. He's a little bit wary of that cannon, but I don't know why he needs to be, and the Nexus is overcharged once again. So, he can always blink up the top here, start taking these guys out. Super is going for full Zealots though, and the Zealots do have speed, which means this is a pretty dicey proposition. He could blink over there to get away from them, but if he does blink over there, he cannot use his blink again to get down the bottom. So slowly backing off down the cliff, and yes, still taking a ton of Stalker damage, but still definitely on the offensive. If we have a look at the units lost, he's lost a bunch of Stalkers. Super arguably has lost more. I don't know, actually. 12 Stalkers is quite a bit, so maybe not. Those 3 Immortals do add up, though. That's definitely 6 Stalkers between them. And with the 4 Sentries, I'd say that Super has lost more. But with all these Zealots and Immortals coming out, and an Archon now, the straight-up Stalker play is going to become less and less useful. There he goes. Manages to get up the top, though. And he's going to get something here. But the Zealot's incoming very, very fast, and he doesn't have all that much time. He does take out the Immortal, but the Zealots are really going to be an absolute pain in the ass. He's got to get out of here soon, and he chooses to blink away. He sees the forces down the bottom side, chooses to blink away up the top side instead, but either way, he loses a ton of units, trying to do as much damage as he can, but Stalkers just suck so badly versus Zealots, and somehow they managed to survive. I'm not sure if Super thought they were dead, but he's just going to warp in a couple of Zealots here, and the Stalkers at the end of their life are going to be destroying some probes. Luckily for us, Mr. YongHwa is ahead on the third base, so should be able to get the income up a little bit faster, push that out a little bit more, and he's currently trying to macro up a force, but he's a little bit behind. Where's our army size? He's 30 behind after losing all those Stalkers. He's currently got 3 Immortals and, yeah, 2 Stalkers, but you can guess that he's not going for a Stalker heavy force after all that. Then here comes the Zealots. They are going to just completely crush whatever they run up against, and YongHwa needs to have something to deal with that right now. I don't know what he can possibly have. He just did get a Templar Archives, so Archon's not a bad idea to throw against the Zealots. They do great damage versus the Zealots, and they're pretty beefy as well. But he may just go for, I don't know what, going for a couple of Dark Templars, going for a sneaky approach. Mr. Super does not have Observer over here, that I can see. Not sent one in. Where is his Observer? He's got 2, one here, and I think they're both over there. So yes, extremely open to DTs, and here we go, the DTs are coming in, attacking the Immortal, which is, I don't know if that's the best idea, but yes, looks like YongHwa going to be trying to push him away. DT's having a great job as well, and definitely taking out as many Zealots as they can. Meanwhile, a couple of Zealots getting dropped into the back. How many workers did they kill? Not a massive amount, but they still killed a decent amount. And there they go, the DT's finishing everything off. So, yeah, Super by now should probably have realized that there are DTs in that base defending it. So we'll see. There we go, 2 observers coming out, and now Super is starting to look very good. He's still maintained, but he's maintained a worker advantage. He killed a bunch of workers before, and he's maintained that army advantage, and he's starting to look very, very strong against Super in the long term. In the short term, these Zealots are doing a crazy amount of damage, and Stalkers and Immortals just suck versus them. So YongHwa continuing to push out with a ton of Zealots though, and the Zealot numbers are starting to look good. He's actually pushing back against this attack, starting to look very, very good actually. We'll see what he can do with this. He's actually pushed up 46 over 66. So the DTs, or maybe just Super wasn't prepared for that many Zealots, somehow take our victory, and now it's turned around and Super is the one defending. He does have a lot more income though, 60 over 41, which is huge, but can he macro out the army he needs that fast? He's almost 30 supply behind, and it is going to be bad news right here if he ends up going down. YongHwa is looking a little bit worried here. He's not quite pushing it. He doesn't like that gap. Wants to take out the rocks first, and he's got so many reinforcements coming in. And there we go. The rocks are down, and now he can move his entire force in there. He's looking very strong. 2 Archons, though, doing a ton of Zealot damage, but the Zealots still overwhelm everything they're pushing in. And it's a complete turnaround here. Yeah, YongHwa turning around with a ton of Zealots going in there and just taking out so much. The Zealot number is starting to look a little bit down, but YongHwa just continually reinforcing them. And what are we looking at for the upgrades? Both players with 2 weapons. The only thing that YongHwa has on super is the Stalkers, and he hasn't been using Blink all that much anyway. Although, yeah, he's still using it, still doing a fantastic job there. So, yes, doing a really, really fantastic job. And I think this might be it right here. I think this is it. Yep, super gives the GG, just did not have enough. So, YongHwa managed to hold off against Super's counter across the map, but Super could not hold off against YongHwa's counter. Even though, yeah, even though Super did have the advantage on the macro, he just could not hold off in the end. So there we go. Fantastic game from both players, and YongHwa taking the victory in the end with some very, very nice sort of balancing counterplay between the both of them. So yeah, good stuff. Thank you very much for watching this game, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with another one. Stay tuned.